Hey guys, Foxdrop here with a video on how to effectively and efficiently secure barons and dragons. This video isn't going to go into detail on when is a good time to take away those jungle objectives, though it might touch upon it in certain situations where there's some overlap, but I really just want to focus on how you can prevent having dragon and baron steals, because these things are extremely important to help you win more games and to help you improve as a player. Because if you think about it, say that dragon or a baron would give your team 2,000 gold. If you do not get that and the enemy team does get it, not only do you not get the benefit of that gold, but the enemy team does get the benefit. So the difference becomes double. It becomes a 4,000 gold swing, which is pretty huge. Now, contrary to popular belief, just because you have initiated a dragon or a baron does not mean that you are guaranteed to get it yourself. This does not give your jungler some kind of magical smite that means you're 100% gonna get it. What it does mean is that it is a 50-50 swing between you and the enemy jungler as to who does get the dragon or the baron. And if you are ahead, if you do have the advantage, if you have initiated that dragon, then you do not want it to be a 50-50. You can have it much more advantageous for your team, and this video is going to tell you how to do that. Now, first things first, I want to apologize for the kind of crappy video setup that we have here. There was a patch yesterday and it corrupted all of my replay files, so I'm having to do this through Windows Media Player. So it's not ideal, and I apologize for that. That explains all these crappy little borders here too. But yeah, so firstly, I want to take a look at these were all examples from my Rengar commentary that I'll link that commentary in the video if you want to watch the full game for yourself, that I did on stream. And yeah, so first things first, I want to take a look at this dragon play which we're doing here. We decided now is a good time to engage onto the dragon because the enemy bot lane has recalled. Like I said, I'm not going to go into detail about all the good times to do baron, but still, this is a good time for us to do it, and we've decided to engage onto it. The first thing to note is that I'm taking a lot of damage from this dragon. I'm not tanky really. I'm not tanky enough to do this myself, and I'm taking huge amounts of damage. So what we want to have happen here is we want to juggle the dragon's damage around between us three characters, between the Xerath, between the Tristana, and the me. The reason for that is, firstly, I'm going to die to dragon if I'm not careful. Secondly, if we do start a fight, if we have one person who's on extremely low health, then that person basically becomes a non-factor. They can't get in on the fight because they're just going to die instantly. Your fight will go much better if you have spread the damage around, so that all of you can then contribute to the fight. You're much higher chance of having success in that fight if you do that. Specifically on Rengar as well, if you see I'm taking a lot of damage, it means that I have to use my ferocity on my heal just so that I don't die. And this means that I can't then use it on my Q, an empowered Q, in order to combo that with my smite to effectively have a higher damage smite. Not literally, but it kind of works that way. So there are two big things you want to do when you're securing a dragon or a baron. Either you want to, these are your options, and not two things you want to do at the same time. There are two choices you want to make. The first choice you want to make is you either want to focus down the dragon, you want to rush it down so you can get it before any threats arrive to steal it, or you want to dedicate some resources into zoning away some of the dragon or baron steal threats. So basically, either we want to be nuking down this dragon, or we want to have some people zoning away Shyvana. What we do in this example is we end up doing neither. So as we see here, I'm on extremely low health still, and I'm probably in maybe 1 or 2 hits from death from this dragon. Shyvana has started attacking Tristana has started attacking Shyvana, but you'll notice that Xerath has not used a single ability on either Shyvana or dragon, and he does have over half mana, so he should be doing that. He's not helping us to rush it down. He's not helping us to zone away Shyvana. What ends up happening is that I'm so worried about dying to this dragon. I'm also worried about what my team's doing, because they don't really seem to be doing too much to help us get this, that Shyvana gets into the dragon pit and it becomes a 50-50 whether I get the smite or whether she gets the smite. Now you can see from my facial expression here, I'm kind of, I'm upset at the fact that we've lost dragon. It's always demoralizing when you lose dragon, especially as a jungler, because you do feel responsible. Even if it's not entirely your fault, you can't help but feel responsible, because on another day I would have had that dragon. Even if we'd had this dragon, it still would have been horrendously played and, just really, really messy. I also want to say as well that once Shyvana got into smite range and the dragon was on low health, it was a 50-50. Either she got it or I got it, and like on another day I would have had it, but on this day she got it, and it was pretty bad. I want to take a look at another example here as well, which was from a Baron attempt. Now this is from the same game, so bear in mind that I have the same scars, mental scars from having the Shyvana steal away a dragon from me already. You'll see here that I've actually pinged Shyvana down right, like before, just as we've engaged Baron. I know that I do not want this. I'm very aware of the Shyvana. You'll see from my camera movements as well that I'm keeping a close eye on her. And the same concepts are important for this Baron play as they were for the Dragon play. However, because this is a slightly different situation, we should be making some different choices. So we have 5 of us alive right here, and the only person alive on the enemy team, or the only person really contesting this right now, is the Shyvana. It's basically a 5-on-1. There's no reason for us to make this a 50-50 by having the Baron low on health, as Shyvana is in the Dragon pit, in the Baron pit. Sorry, there's no reason for us to do that. What we want to be doing here is we want to be getting Shyvana out of the picture, whether that means we want to dedicate. There's 5 of us, so we don't, you know, we can easily dedicate some people to keeping Shyvana away from the Baron pit. There are a lot of us, so we can afford to do that. That's what we want to be doing. We want to either be killing her or zoning her away. Now, this is what it actually happens. Is we're doing this again. I'm keeping a huge eye on Shyvana because I know she's a big problem. We're doing some damage to the Baron, and then this is what happens. And this is where I'm going to pause it. This Baron is on 2.5k health. Now, our smites at level 16, both Shyvana and I, are going to be doing roughly 900 damage, both of us. Tristana has ultied Shyvana into the Baron pit. Now, you might think originally this is a really stupid idea, because why on earth would you stick the enemy jungler in the Baron pit when Baron's about to die? And that is true, but Baron is not about to die just yet. This isn't really that bad of a play by Tristana to knock Shyvana into the pit. It probably would be a less riskier play, a safer play, just to knock her away, get her out of the picture completely. But still, we have to deal with the situation that's been presented to us, and that is the fact that Shyvana is now in the Dragon pit. What we need to do right now is we need to stop all DPS onto this Baron and focus down Shyvana. If this Baron gets low on health when Shyvana is still in the pit, it's going to be a 50-50 between me and her as to who is going to be able to secure this dragon. And because there's 5 of us and only 1 of her, we're in such a huge advantageous position to take this away. There's no reason for us to make it 50-50. This should be like a 100-0 for us as far as who gets the Baron. So we need to stop DPSing Baron and start DPSing Shyvana. Unfortunately, Gnar never gets off of Baron, so Gnar's still doing deep damage to Baron. Xerath tries to combo this Shyvana, but Baron's little knockback thing knocks Shyvana out of his combo range, and actually this Xerath ends up hitting Baron with a full combo again. All of Sona's Q will be hitting Baron as well as be hitting Shyvana. Tristana has jumped into the pit, so she's done some damage to Baron as well. All of us apart from me are doing damage to Baron when we shouldn't be. We should be 100% focusing on Shyvana. Baron does not die by accident. It doesn't die by itself. You have to kill Baron yourself. It's not like it's going to deteriorate and suddenly just randomly fall on 0 health. If you stop doing damage to Baron, it's not going to die. If you don't do damage to it, it will not receive damage. We want to get off Baron and focus on Shyvana. We don't do that. So Shyvana is still alive, and people are still killing Baron. Not only is Shyvana alive, but Baron also gets low on health, so she gets the the smite still onto Baron. Now it's the same concept like I said before. We wanted to focus her down. We made this into a 50-50 when it didn't have to be. Another day I would have got this smite, but it doesn't matter. This was still horrendously played. And this is stuff which happens especially more in lower elo than it does in higher elo. And these steals are a pretty big deal, like I said at the beginning of the video. These swings will put you in a pretty bad position. If you do this too much, you can easily throw games this way. That's what I really want to say for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned some things. If you did like it, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to me as well for more educational league content. You can follow me on Twitch if you want to see games like this live. You can find me on Twitter and on Facebook as well. All those links are in the description, guys. But thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope you don't just think this video is an excuse for me to cry about getting smite stolen. But in all seriousness, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video.